Hey guys, this is Michael Carrillo, aka Hexpa. Welcome to part 3 of Escaping Second Verse Hell. Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of Escape from Second Verse Hell. And in this week, we're going to talk about a technique that I will call unpacking your verses. Now, again, just like I mentioned in week 1 and alluded to in week 2, you cannot put too much information right away. It is just too much, too soon. It's like a grabby man on a young girl's ass.
Say what?
You just have to go slow.
Say what?
Give her some candy first.
No, man.
If you put everything in the first verse, then your chorus hits and then boom, song done. Thanks guys for showing up. I'll see you, see you later. No. It has to be a story. It's a conversation. You got to let people know slowly. So I came up with an example verse which gives too much information too soon, and then I showed how I would break it up because that's actually how music is written. So what I noticed in my analysis of songs is that usually guys who are good at songwriting or girls will give a piece of information and then give a supporting piece right behind it. This slows things down and it gives more emotional weight to each new idea, because the plot is spare. I mean, only so many things can happen that make other things happen, but detail is endless. You only have so many circles, but you got to fill them in. My metaphors suck, but basically it's this. Here's my too much too soon verse. My mom bought me a dog. We played all day in the park. My dad ran him over. Now I'm drinking whiskey. Where the fuck do you go from there? There's nowhere to go. That's more like a plot overview, like a Cliff's Notes of the song. Oh, what's the song about? Yeah, he had a dog and it died and he's drunk now. Like, yeah, that's your whole song. That's not a song, that's an explanation. So again, like I said, the verses should be like a bad relationship or a drug addiction where you just keep chasing it. You know, it's got to drag you out. The chorus is the payoff. Your verses should not be the payoff. You got to string people along and just give them just enough to keep going. Just get them in the sway, the flow. Listen to You Lost That Love and Feeling, or any song that you like. Listen to how the verses make you feel and how they introduce information. So this is my rewrites, okay? I've made 2 verses out of it now because we had 4 lines. Now we're going to have 8. So, my mom bought me a dog. He was gray like London fog. We played all day in the park. At night, he woke the neighbors with the loudness of that bark. See, now we got a lot more information going. We also have kind of like a chronological thing happening. So, we took 2 pieces of information, stretched it out, and put more detail in there. And, gray like London fog. Woke the neighbors, at night. So, you see what I'm saying? Verse 2, my dad ran him over. That winter was the coldest. Now I'm drinking whiskey. That was many years ago. Tonight I'm turning 50. So there's your story. I mean, that's way better than what I had originally, which is just, again, too much too soon, no detail, no emotional weight, nothing being strung along, not even a song at all, just Cliff's Notes. So don't write Cliff's Notes. Break up your new information. Make sure it has some sort of sequential or emotional momentum. Then you will not have a problem with second verses, particularly if you're the type of person who just puts too much too soon. So there you have it, guys. That was the end of my secrets for escaping second verse hell. To recap all of it, in the first week we talked about writing your second verse first because people don't know how to break apart brainstorming and whatnot, and plus just as human beings we tend to go directly for the jugular and we write our best shit first, but we need to support that idea somehow, and that will be done by whatever you write first, make that second in the song, and then figure out how do we get there. Okay, week 2 we talked about boxes, which has a strong emphasis on the why of the song, why the character in the song is singing or saying whatever they're saying, and then using the other 2 boxes to create the story out of that. But to have a why is really important. It gives you what Pat Pattison calls a due north. You need to have a real strong, clear idea what the song is about and what you want to say. And I use those tools, to the why and the due north, to help me formulate a story as well as my initial verse writing ideas. So boxes are going to help you do that with your plot, and then filling in detail and having your why as your guiding light. And then in week 3, which was this week, we talked about unpacking your verses. If you're the kind of person who just puts too much too soon, similar to week 2 where you write your second verse first, except if, let's say you wrote a great verse, it didn't give too much too soon, but the emotional punch was there. In this scenario, basically you're just giving the Cliff's Notes version of a song, and it would really help to sort of expand that like an accordion, and that's going to give you more material to work with. So there you go. 3 ways to avoid the most common songwriter problem in the universe. This video should have about 750 billion views by tomorrow. So if you guys like this video, thumbs up, share it with songwriter friends. You can now preach to them since you know more than they ever will. Subscribe to my channel and leave comments because sometimes I feel lonely and I need friends too. Bye!